Do you guys remember that Cell actually had kids? Yes, there were a total of 7 of them and they were called Cell Juniors. Hey guys, this is Jordan here and hopefully you find this video informative and hey, maybe you'll subscribe today. But anyways, Cell Juniors, they were actually reproduced by Cell through his tail alone, through the process of cellular mitosis. So yes, only Cell was their only true parent. So yes, the reason they never got introduced into Dragon Ball was because they were a plot device for the Cell game saga. The main reason that Cell actually had them attack the Z Fighters was so he could bring out Gohan's full potential. Now Cell Juniors are very interesting because personality wise they are actually pretty similar to Cell, but with of course a few key differences. The main key difference between Cell Juniors and Cell is the fact that Cell Juniors are actually more obedient and Cell is more defiant, because Cell would not have hesitated to kill Dr. Gero, whereas these juniors are actually very obedient towards Cell himself. And also worth mentioning though is the fact that these are actually quite shorter than Cell's. However, though they are actually smaller than Cell in size, Cell has stated that they are around his same power level, although this is mainly a statement and this has actually never been proven, and it could be argued that Cell is clearly stronger. However, these little guys are not that as weak as you may think they are, because well, they actually have fought for Super Saiyan versions of Vegeta and Future Trunks, and they were actually giving them a very tough time, okay? And this actually lets us know that they are pretty much comparable to these guys, and since they are comparable to Future Trunks and Vegeta, and keep in mind these versions of Future Trunks and Vegeta in Super Saiyan were trained versions much later after the Frieza saga, so it could be assumed that these guys would actually even give base form Frieza a tough time, especially particularly the Frieza during the Frieza saga. So yes, these guys are really tougher than you may actually think. So yes, these Cell Juniors are released to fight in particular 7 fighters that are very dear to Gohan himself. These include of course Goku, Vegeta, Future Trunks, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha, with of course Yamcha becoming a meme because of them. But regardless, these Cell Juniors actually were pretty tough, and they actually led to Gohan having a rage moment where Gohan actually ended up annihilating these guys, and this actually let us see for the first time in a long time how strong Gohan was, because his potential was only ever foreshadowed before that. So yes, the Cell Juniors were mainly a plot device, but they were a pretty important plot device at that. And also I would like to say that I actually still appreciate their design as well, because I really do think that the blue color is actually fitting for Cell. And also I would like to mention the fact that it is important to note that the fact that these are just baby cells is made even more apparent by the fact that they don't have a stinger like Cell does, and this actually brings to light the point that these are just infants and they are actually not going to be able to absorb anyone. And also these guys it's worth mentioning also the fate of these guys was that they were actually tamed by Android 17 later on as well. But regardless, Cell Juniors were, well, like I mentioned, pretty interesting characters, and just like how Frieza has a non-canon son, it's very interesting that Cell actually has 7 canon ones, or rather, it is actually unknown what their genders are, but yes, we assumed them to be male. But yes, that's all for Cell Juniors for now. But yes, Cell Juniors, pretty great villains. Next time, let's talk about, of course, the Saibamen. The Saibamen are also very comparable to Cell Juniors as the role they serve.